Sony Xperia Z3 Plus is a very clever name for the new flagship because it's really not more than an update of the Z3. So it's better to name it than Z4, Z5, or whatever. So because as you can see here, again, exactly the same design, exactly the same measurements, 72 by 146 millimeters. Yes, of course, it's a little bit thinner. Sony is stating 6.9 millimeters. I'm measuring 7.1, but doesn't matter. The predecessor has said 7.4, so that's nothing you will feel by yourself. Other than the weight, that's now instead of 152, now 144 grams. That's something you will especially feel when you have the direct comparison with the Z3. But on the other hand, it's not that big a change that you would talk about some different, totally different feeling in your palm. Know what I mean? Little steps, not big ones. The touchscreen is exactly the same. It's again 5.15 inch in diagonal, meaning you have full HD again. That's making a great pixel density of 428 ppi, 31% above the average, meaning you have a very sharp image, a very sharp display. And it's again IPS dual domain, meaning you have a good better viewing angle stability even than on IPS. Same procedure with the back camera. So we have had on the predecessor already 20.7 megapixels, videos in 4K. What else should have Sony done? So they updated a little bit here on the front. That's making now selfies with 5 instead of 2 megapixels. Okay, videos again in full HD. Maybe would have been a great idea to put here a second LED as a front flash, maybe on the next model. Hope dies last. Yeah, so you're asking what the hell has changed? What's worth to buy this one? First of all, you have doubled the internal memory. That's now 32 instead of 16 gigabyte. Nevertheless, you have that micro SD slot here. Again, officially up to 128 gigabytes, so maximum at these days. That's great. And a new processor, of course. This is now the Snapdragon 810 instead of the 801 on the predecessor that has had 4 cores with 2.5 megahertz. Now we have 8 cores, 4 of them with 2.0 gigahertz, and the other 4 with 1.5 gigahertz, that big little architecture. And we have a new graphics unit. That's the Adreno 430 instead of 330. And it's supporting 64-bit now. So it's the same processor we found in the HTC One M9. And that can be a little problem because on the One M9 we have had measured that the runtime of the battery has gone down. That's now on the M9 19% below the average. Maybe this is coming from the processor. I'm not quite sure concerning that. But if this is really the case, then the Z3 Plus could get a problem because the battery, it's fixed again, built in, has been shrunk from 3,100 to now 2,900 milliamperes. So it's a smaller battery, and you have that Snapdragon 810. Nevertheless, Sony is stating that the runtime of the battery is the same like on the Z3, and that would be great because that was in the tests 20% above the average. So we have to see for the final product. This is all beta right now, so it wouldn't make any sense to run any tests on this device here. So let's wait for the third quarter of this year when the final Z3 Plus shall be available. Last of all, I wanted to show you this one. Yeah, I know, it's just a small detail, but nevertheless, in real life, this can really help because you have now here that micro USB slot. As you can see here, it's free now. And the former ones, it was below a flap, so always you had to remove that flap. That was a little bit flabbery, and put on the USB cable to upload or to recharge the battery. So this is way more easy now. Nevertheless, the D3 Plus is protected against dust and water. It's called IP6568, meaning, for example, up to 30 minutes in 1.5 meters water depth. So it's the same. You have seen that before with that headphone jack here. It was the same. First it was on the flap, then it came free. Nevertheless, it's still water resistant, so it's now the same procedure here with the micro USB. Nevertheless, it's a help, I guess, in real life. On the other hand, you should know that this magnetic dock here on the left side is gone now with the Z3 Plus. So in case you should have docking station, for example, using with your Z2 or Z1 or Z3 or whatever, you can't use this accessory anymore with the Z3 Plus. Maybe this helps you deciding already. I don't know. Yeah, last of all, it's of course the Android 5.02 here pre-installed. This is available for the Z3 as an update in the meantime already, so this is kind of the same. Nevertheless, I wanted to show you, of course. Yeah, the price. Recommended retail price, at least in Germany, Europe, is $699 without any contracts, including VAT. And on the predecessor, the Z3 it was $649, so this is $50 more. Recommended retail price. So let's wait for some 650 maybe, for example, in the web, starting with the Z3 Plus. But the Z3 at the moment is here in the same market for 80 euros, so way cheaper. So I could imagine that the Z3 Plus will have a hard stand. So what's the advantage? I don't see at the moment. So let's wait for the test result I hope I could help you with that a little bit for your own decisions. Last of all, again, third quarter this year, and $699 recommended retail price. That's enough, I hope, at the moment for the Z3 Plus. Thanks for watching, and please be so kind to recommend my channel and to subscribe to it. Thanks for that in advance, and take care. Bye.